Yo, 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 welcome to Smack Talk. This is your boy DMOB, D-Mob. I got two of the, smackers of, original here.
The originals.
Yeah, I mean, that's what y'all are, right? Cerebro's not here, basically. That's why I say that I got two of the originals. Joe and AK, how y'all feeling this weekend?
Man, chilling. I got my basketball game today to let y'all know.
Game 2.
We're 1-0. About to go 2-0 today in our basketball
We 1-0. I didn't know you was a Golden State fan. I swear you were pulling for LeBron.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Of course.
All right.
I like LeBron.
Nobody else does, but that's cool. nah.
I mean, it's tough. I feel like, and this is a question that I want to ask you guys. I'm going to get right into it. Do you think Game 1 was LeBron's shot? I mean, was that his only shot to win this series?
I believe it was.
I think it was. I really do.
I think it was his only shot to go 4-2. To the series to go 4-2. If he would have won tonight, they would have put one more out at home. I don't.
You think they would have went up 2-0?
No. What I'm saying is they would have won that game 1.
Okay.
Golden State would have won game 2, and Cleveland would have probably won game 3 or game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
game 4. So they would have still. I feel
It
they
basically
would
would have
after
stretched.
4 is
It
what
would
you're
have
saying.
stretched. It would have stretched to 6.
But now, what do you think is going to happen?
Shit, bro.
5 or 6?
I don't know. It all depends. Because the chances of you getting that 20-something points out of K-Love again is slim.
Listen, they came out trying to take this game. Let's be real.
They did.
LeBron came out trying to take this game. He had backup with Kevin Love, like, I'm here also. All of the other guys was playing defense.
Larry Nance, bro.
When
they weren't playing Larry Nance, I didn't understand
he needs to play.
it. Like, Larry Nance and Tristan Thompson are your two best defenders in the sense
In
of
that-
big men
right.
in the paint, and they're the best rebounders. I mean, if you look at those numbers, Cleveland killed Golden State on offensive rebounds, I believe, by like double digits. And so you're telling me that, that's obviously Tristan Thompson. I mean, LeBron James is going to get his rebounds too, but I mean, Jordan Clarkson ain't getting no rebounds. J.R. Smith might get a couple here and there, but that's what they need to. That's what they were doing to potentially win that game. That's what they needed to do. For them to do that day in and day out is tough.
Yeah, that's crazy. When I'm looking at these rebounds, Golden State had
20 more. Or 20 less.
No,
20 less.
yeah.
than the Cavs.
20 less.
22 less.
they had
The number that
crazy.
speaks to me is the 3-point made in a
Terrible.
I mean,
It's-
Golden State.
Both of them were terrible.
Yeah, but Golden State, like I know, it's you live by it, you die
Well,
by
yeah,
it.
I understand that.
Granted, they didn't die by it because
They all were shooting like 20%, right?
Yeah.
27 and 21 or
Right,
something like that.
Right.
But
That's terrible.
all right,
Terrible.
so
That's more embarrassing for Golden State because
Definitely.
they are a 3-point shooting
Definitely.
team.
Definitely.
Cleveland,
and that's why we said that
you take
this
the
is a chance for
27% and you run with it.
But that's why we said this was a chance for Cavaliers to take. Because let's be real, Golden State was not on their A game
they're
with
gonna
this
shoot
one.
27% from
Oh
free
no!
ball.
I mean, we got a lot to come from out of this game. I just want to ask this question: what did y'all take out of this game? Besides the blunder of JR stuff, we're gonna get to that and everything. But well, yo,
terrible.
hey,
No.
But no, real.
J.R. Smith.
What y'all take from it? Like watching the game, like what did y'all see coming out of this game?
That the Cavs might be able to hang with them for 6 or 7 games. Because before that,
It can't sound like anything.
Nah. 6, yeah.
It can happen.
Well,
I
could
mean,
happen. 7, I don't know. That's a stretch.
you still have the best player on the planet. You know
I mean,
what
listen, it
It's only
could.
gonna get you
It's
so far,
possible.
but-
It's it's a maybe, but I mean, it's you know what I'm saying. It's Cavaliers. I honestly don't never think they got shot.
Hey, just to let y'all know, when I said I have a game later, I mean I'm on the Cleveland Cavaliers, and that's who's playing on the goddamn team, boy. Us and LeBron James. That's what it is. But what I took from it, I mean,
This motherfucker was just laughing at his own joke before he got it out.
I was waiting for D-Mob to stop talking so I could say it.
Oh my
But
God, go ahead.
what I took from the game was that if Golden State's shooting bad, Cleveland has a chance to potentially
Big time.
make it a close game. But the minute that 3-point ball goes up to 37%,
Right.
that's a totally different score right there.
Yeah.
And I mean, it didn't help that they went into OT and then it was what it was. But in regular regulation,
The Cavs should have won the game.
They should have won the game. J.R. Smith.
Yeah.
Hey, they kicked Pete Rose out of baseball
Everybody.
Oh well, hold on. So you, I don't think.
You know what I'm
listen,
saying?
all right. Since we got Jr. on the subject
The
now,
part that I don't like about it is George Smith is taking a pass for
George
missing
Smith?
or George Hill. I'm sorry.
George, I'm like, damn.
Is that a GM? The player in operations? I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
George Hill. He's taking a pass for missing that free throw because JR's blunder was so.
Yeah, but I mean, you look at their free throw percentage throughout
72%
the
from
the
this
whole
game.
playoffs
Terrible.
is bad. So you expected that in the sense of, yes, George Hill should hit 2 free throws, but also should LeBron. And I seen him miss 2 free throws in a row multiple times these playoffs.
It seemed like it's typical, like, you know, a person that hardly ever sees the free throw coming up to make the biggest
Yeah.
free throw of,
He
you know,
did
He's
only
never been to the
shoot two.
finals.
He never been to the final, but like that goes for any non, you know,
He shot 2
Not
free
LeBron James,
not LeBron
Kevin
James,
Durant, anyone from
Kevin
Golden
Love,
State.
Kyrie, back in the
Yeah.
days, anybody these big names coming up to the free throw line, just knocking them down like, you know, it ain't nothing. He came up to the line, I expected him to miss one.
And that's the thing. You look at the two teams as a whole, Golden State and Cleveland. Golden State are the like automatic shooters,
Yeah.
and Cleveland's streaky shooters, and that shows in their free throw percentage. I think Golden State shot 95%. Mm-hmm. If LeBron and them
this
shot
one.
95%, that game's Cleveland's game. I mean, we can go with that anything in any direction. The 3-point, yeah, you missed the 3-point ball, but free throws.
Yeah,
72.7 to 95. I mean, that's a big gap.
That's a lot of points right there.
16 for 22 for Cleveland and 19 for 20 from Golden State.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
That's
it,
enough points.
Yeah, that's enough points for them to win that ballgame to wear that J.R. Smith thing. But I mean, that dude's. But in all reality, I mean, he's been there. And that's the thing.
75%
He's
for
supposed to be
Cavs
somewhat
for
of
the
that
most
veteran that makes those smart plays. Like, all right, you know what I'm saying? But I would expect that from like a Jordan Clarkson or
Somebody younger.
somebody
Somebody
younger
younger.
that just they've
Not
been
an
to the finals.
11 or 12-year-old.
And you know what's
Yes.
it's messed up is because George Hill kind of wanted this when he was with the Kings. He's like, I want a bigger role. I want to play for, you know, a team that's contending. Here's your chance, man. This is your chance to, you know, help LeBron James. If anything, if that's what we're going to talk about, because it's LeBron James and the Cavaliers. Let's be real.
Yeah.
You know, that's just how it goes. But
We need a lot more. They need a lot more production out of a lot of other players.
They need
out
produ-
there.
they need-
Kyle,
they need- they
Kyle
need-
Korver had 3 points.
yeah, how many minutes did he play actually? Because I felt like I didn't even see him on
He
the
only
court.
played 16 minutes.
Yeah, see,
Rodney Hood didn't play anything, and that's the thing that one thing I do not understand is that they don't play Rodney Hood. I know there was that.
There's some
there was
bad blood
yeah,
between
there was
that.
some shit that went on, but he can at least score the ball.
They said, well, you know, it's funny that Lou said that in this next game, game 2, he's supposed to be getting minutes. He didn't say why, but he said expect Rodney Hood to get more.
Calderon
game.
not getting any minutes?
I mean,
just not
he's
good.
he's straight up just the backup point. He's
Yeah.
like the third string point guard, but there's not
But
there's no.
LeBron's number 1, and then George Hill's number 2
Right.
in the depth chart for point guards. On
And
that
like,
team. You know
well,
what I'm saying?
when I say that, it's because, you know, what you call it, Clarkson is a point guard too, but he's most of the time playing
Calderon
shooting guard.
he's a defensive liability in the sense of
Yeah.
his age
You-
and athleticism compared to.
I'll
these
say
guys.
his age because when he was a little bit younger, or not younger, he seemed like he was been old. to me,
Yeah,
you know?
he's one of the players that
He's
always
been there.
seems
I
to
think he
be
got
old since
drafted
day
when he was
one.
like 30 or something like that. But besides that, he used to play, you know, some defense a little bit. But he is a little bit too old, too slow for
to
this
guard
game.
Steph. Who's he going
Right.
to guard on the team?
But you know what would help if you throw him in, you know, he might knock down a few threes. 'Cause man got this
He would. But
Yeah.
what do you want? A couple threes, or you want consistent defense? You know.
consistent defense. But all right, but we jumped off subject. I said something about JR. I mean, that is the focus point of this game now. Let's take
This is
it
forever
really
known as
is.
the J.R. Smith.
Like LeBron James scored 51 points in the game
First
and
50-point
lost,
game
and
of
nobody
his career.
will kind of remember that because J.R. Smith got an offensive rebound with the game tied up, and 7.5 seconds left in the clock or something like that.
4 points.
4 points. Sorry.
He's a goofy. He's a goofy for that. Yes, he is. But in the bigger picture of things, like we just said, nobody else scored on that team.
Right.
So you're telling me, okay, Kyle Korver has 6 points. There's no discussion. The game's won.
Yeah.
If he has 8 points, if anybody else had, so yeah, they're trying to throw JR under the bus because it was the last play that could have potentially ended the game. But you still gotta ask all your other players, like, bro, what are y'all gonna do for me?
Yeah, I mean,
3 points, Kyle Korver.
that's true. That's
you can't
true.
give me 6 and us win this game.
That's true, but I mean, what J.R. Smith did though, at the end of the day, is like you played most minutes out of anybody. You're getting the offensive rebound for us. You know, like you should know what the hell to do.
But
You
there's
should
no,
know
there's
no
no three-point shooter.
excuse.
He
Right.
should be shooting
Right.
that ball.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? So yeah, we can say that, but if they score the ball, if Kyle Korver hits 6 points, that last free throw and that goofy rebound,
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
But it also it goes to this. Since he did get the offensive rebound, we don't know what would have happened if he would have just went up for the layup right there. If he would have got to LeBron James in time, we don't know what would
Yeah,
have
we
happened.
can always say what ifs. And that's
What
the
ifs,
thing.
that's the only thing.
But
That's all
still,
it
though,
is.
I mean, as a professional basketball player, you should be able at any given moment to put your team in a position to win. And J.R. Smith single-handedly took the team out of the game in the last 5 seconds.
and somewhat it goes to like this. So
It sucks, but you should know the game situation.
some
LeBron had enough time to call a timeout, though, too.
It's not even that. I understand, Jay. Everybody fucks up, but like I said, if
no,
they're
it didn't.
But
Okay.
unfortunately for him, this is magnified.
this is in the finals.
it is like I said, it's just people trying to find a reason why they just pin it on one person. Like I said, you look at the whole team, bro. Nobody scored the ball.
But that's been consistent.
yeah,
all
like
playoffs.
you're expecting these guys to. It's literally LeBron
Just like you
James
said
versus
with the
Golden
free
State
throws, you're
Warriors.
expecting them to not score, so LeBron has to have
Well,
a
yeah,
big
and
game.
they're the Cleveland Cavaliers, and it's J.R. Smith, so you expect him to fuck up then.
Well,
so we
no,
can't even
no.
be blaming him
Like,
like that because he does goofy shit. Like
it's not
that.
like-
I'm a Knicks fan. He played for the Knicks. I see him do goofy shit.
I don't-
So in all reality, I could be like, well,
Listen,
shit, I
it's-
expected Henny Smith to do
I
some
didn't,
goofy
but
shit.
I mean, and that like I understand he done it before with Carmelo when he was with the Knicks, something like this, but it still doesn't make sense that you don't have the presence of mind to put up the ball like for a layup or something. Come on, we're in the NBA Finals, bro.
You should
the
be paying
NBA
attention,
Finals. You
but-
should be you should know what's up. But that's the way you separate the greats and the mediocre
Mediocre
yeah,
players.
mediocre players because Reggie Miller had the presence of mind to shoot that three when it's like what. 4
Well,
points,
yeah,
something
of
second left.
course.
Michael Jordan, like himself,
Let
taking
Luke-
shots.
and he's my Croatian brother, goddamn Tony Kukoc. Let him grab some goofy shit off. Like then be like, well, it's Tony Kukoc. He's a role player.
Well, I
like
mean,
he's
that's-
not Michael Jordan. But like you said, it makes the players great. But like I said, if you're talking about these are NBA players and they're professionals and they should have the presence of mind. These
Yeah.
motherfuckers can't score the ball. You guys are professionals. You guys are getting paid to shoot
Shoot
a
a fucking
fucking
ball.
ball through. And you give me 2 fucking points, 7 points.
Yeah,
Y'all are trash.
Yeah, like-
so like I said, you put it in this like okay, these goofy shit. It's a freak act. It's a freak thing that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Just like when you guys lost in fucking the Saints lost on that goofy ass dummy play. But if you could change in this aspect of if the defensive lineman would have got to the quarterback, you wouldn't even be talking about that pass. It's a little different.
That's stretching it.
That
but
is
I
stretching
feel
it,
you.
but what I'm saying though is if these boys score the ball a little bit more, this whole rebound J.R. Smith shit is not even talked about.
But
Then why as professional paid athletes have they not figured it out then? What is the blunder?
But
what is
I think it's a curse on Cleveland.
but you know it's also
Bro, I'm telling you, it's a curse.
I
on
was
Cleveland.
saying this Joe a few days ago or not like just the other day. This kind of reminds me, what happened to the Cubs in the playoffs when caught the ball. And we were still how many runs up? Like we were still winning.
right?
It didn't matter.
There should have been a timeout.
You should
call.
call
and then there was
timeout
been a
and
double
shit.
play. The play right after that.
Because
They
Alex
like-
Gonzalez.
Every-
So what you're saying is there should have been some sort of meeting
Every-
before
you should coach-
between regulation and overtime
Coach
where they should have won.
LeBron, any other player, veteran player, y'all should have got together and say, "Hey, it's over with.
LeBron
it's
didn't
done."
even sit
He
next
didn't
to
even
JR.
sit next to JR. He should have sat next to JR and said, "Hey, scratch that. We got overtime. It's overtime. We
can't
still
go
got a
overtime
chance."
with Golden State.
But I think they were still stuck on the fact that what just happened. Pretty much,
They didn't
what
let it
just
go.
happened. They didn't let
They
it
didn't
go.
let it go.
There's a lot of people that would be.
Yeah, bro,
because
because LeBron's thinking I could have just went up 1-0, and
Right.
Cleveland has never won game 1 against
Well,
Warriors.
LeBron has never won a game 1 in the NBA Finals. He's never won a game. Look, give me that stat, Jesse. I guarantee you, if I'm not mistaken, he has never won game 1 in the NBA Finals.
Whoa.
The only one I could think of if he did was the Dallas one. Dallas
What
game.
about when they played OKC? No,
Maybe,
Heat, OKC.
maybe.
Yeah.
You know,
But-
I don't think he won in Dallas. He definitely didn't win one the first year when they got swept.
But is it still like? I feel like I'm not a LeBron James fan, so in somewhat this happening,
You feel for him though
I
because
feel
he
for
just
him,
played
yo.
his ass off, scored a 51-point game.
the guy looked at JR after that and just made it look like, bro, you just literally put me in the crap hole, you know.
But
in
it's
somewhat.
not-
That's like, you know, you want
Yes and no.
Yes and no. Like I said, it's gonna go down as, you know, a great show from him and everything. But at the end of the day, you lost, bro.
Yeah, but that only goes so far. You can only do so
It's a
much.
team sport.
It's a team
Yeah, it
His
is
sport.
team.
individual
It's
stats
Yeah.
are phenomenal.
It is, but
They're untouchable.
it is
you have to
untouchable.
put it as a
They're
team sport.
untouchable.
You can't blame just one player. You have to
LeBron
blame
James.
I would never blame
assisted-
him for
he
what he's
assisted and
going
scored
through.
on 70 points in game one, and they still could not win.
Well, here's
can't-
a
you
70
do anything
points.
else.
He was responsible for 70 points. One player.
And he scored 51.
And he
so
scored
you take into
51 of
aspect
them.
How many points did he assist on?
you know sad.
Enough
Yes.
So
to be able to win the goddamn game.
hey, you know that's messed up because
I feel you.
So
I
you
feel
think he
your
has to average like 50 just to keep up with these guys?
It's
There is
impossible.
no keep.
It's impossible.
There's not many things that are
Especially if you
impossible.
have
That's one of
people-
them.
You have George Hill scoring 7 points, Kyle Korver scoring 3 points, J.R. Smith I think he scored.
Because
10
now
points.
watch, this game 2 is going to be the game 2 where Korver wakes up and Kevin Love takes a nap.
Yep.
And they're not on the same page.
And
Or LeBron's just tired as hell.
oh,
like,
he's gonna
bro,
get
Exhausted.
tired.
Like, bro, I can only
Like-
do so much to my body. I can't do anything else.
Hey,
His 15th season.
yeah.
I would just be
eighth,
like, nah, bro.
finals.
Hey, our game's on
y'all-
Thursday. Oh, I'm gonna be sick that day. I can't make it. Yeah, let's see what y'all do.
Hey, I had a question since we still like talking about this game. Who would you rather be, J.R. Smith or Chris Webber? And when I say Chris Webber,
know.
we know what he did.
timeout
The
for
timeout with Michigan. You know, knowing that you didn't have a timeout, or
What's
J.R.
worse?
Smith. Yeah, who would you rather be, like in that situation? Would you rather
In
be
the
Chris
sense
Webber?
of like being more embarrassed.
Yeah,
who would
like,
you rather be? 'Cause
both
you're
of them,
not-
both of them.
I'd rather be
completely-
J.R. Smith because Chris Webber, that was the one and only game.
True.
You can make up for this shit.
Yeah,
That
true.
J.R. did. He could come out and have a 30-point game
That's a
tonight.
good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I
feel
didn't
like,
see that.
I feel like Chris Webber. Now, when you're playing at the highest level, which Chris Webber at the time was pretty much playing at the highest level, he could
He's probably the
you
best
could
player
go
in the-
from
in
high school
college.
to the NBA, but when you're playing at that high level, you should know better.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, he's young. You can kind of give him that pass. J.R. Smith, a veteran, should have.
Yeah.
They both should have known better, but
As a-
I feel.
as
But
a true basketball
I didn't
player.
think of your point. I like your point. Chris Webber did it in one game. J.R. Smith can bust out for 30 points and make up for it, but
Yeah.
he's got to do it.
Yeah.
Chris
you know what I'm saying?
Webber
He can
didn't
make
have
up for
another
it.
chance.
Yeah,
That
he
is a
didn't
good
have another
point.
chance. If there
That
was
is
a
a good
series, it would have been a little different, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Okay.
But J.R. Smith, I mean, I don't think either of them are allowed to catch a pass, man. That's terrible.
And in all reality, J.R. Smith don't care.
Yeah,
I don't think
he
he
went
does
to the liquor
either.
store to get a bottle of Henny.
Yeah, bro. I showed
Straight
I
to it.
showed somebody that yesterday, and he's like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Yeah, you know." Oh, he didn't see the game. This dude, Golden State fan from the gym, his older cat. And
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, man, they made this video." I said, "This is what happened." He's like, "I didn't see the end of the play." I said, "Here you go." I showed the one that you got that Malcolm sent us, and it was when he ran. He
Say
said,
what?
"Where's he running?" I said, "Look, watch." He ran, got the Henny.
He went to the liquor store.
Yeah, he
yo.
was dying. He said, "No, man, I didn't even get to catch the game. I think he was working."
How do you think? How do y'all think the Cavaliers bounce back in Game 2 today? Like, how do they put that to the side?
His role players need to do their job.
They
Plain and
need
simple.
baby Jesus.
Win. They
uh,
really need it bad though. They need
So does
Yeah,
his role
Jesus.
players.
so you think Jesus, Michael Jordan needs to step back on this court?
But
Like,
you know what they need? They need a D Wade.
That's absolutely what.
so
they need.
okay. So do y'all think D
wish
Wade
it
was a bad trade for them
I
to
think
let
it was
go?
terrible.
I think getting rid of
Is
D
it terrible? Like,
Hey, low key, I think getting rid of Derrick Rose was bad too.
He played good for Memphis in the playoffs for that little stint.
I will
he was
say,
16
I will-
points a game.
Minnesota?
Or Minnesota. Damn, I'm all over the place.
Yo,
Bro,
everywhere.
I tried to
But not
explain
here.
people. I tried to explain people
Tried to
last
learn
year
them.
when he was with the Knicks.
He played decent.
He had
He
the
had
most
average
points
17.
in the paint than he had since before he tore his ACL. So he was for him it is.
for him it is,
So
yeah.
so you could have kept him and D Wade, have them come off the bench.
What's funny is, honestly, I think
Right.
Let them play with Larry Nance and maybe one more person, and obviously
You're getting
more, but
production out of your bench
Yes.
instead of not getting production
instead of
out
having
your
Jordan
bench.
Clarkson.
Right.
Larry Nance coming off your bench, or if they have Larry Nance start, you know what I'm saying? You don't have that other
Score.
Because Caleb Allen, that boy.
Listen, people are dogging on him, but he literally had LeBron back in that last game. Like
You're talking an
He's
all-star
streaky.
caliber
Yeah.
player.
He's
streaky.
He needs to
now.
He
He's
needs to bring that every night. He's an all-star caliber player.
He should be a 20 and 10 every night.
Fat
He
Love
was a 20
is not. It's not Fat Love, man. That's when he was at his best to me when he was in Minnesota.
when he was fat.
He was fat. That used to Fat Love was the man. 30 and 30.
He was a 20 and 10 goon.
Yeah.
Every night, every
Every
given
night.
He became a shooter, and that's what kind of made me mad about him. He became a straight shooter. Like he became that
His
typical
postgame
to me
went
white
down.
boy.
Diminished, just-
He, like you said, Fat Love. He did a little body weight,
body
he did down
moving
low,
people
it helps.
over. Like just going. He was always in the paint. I think it was
Always.
like
And
his
he was the
third.
number one option.
Dog.
too.
Number one, yeah, he
That
was.
is true. That
And
does
you had-
play a
and
big
you-
option.
And you had Ricky Rubio. Ricky Rubio's a good point guard.
But yeah, listen,
good
I
player.
had no problem with that. It just seemed like by like his third year, he was running around, at the three more times, and this to me didn't make no sense. LeBron.
Only one against your Mavs.
Oh man, all right, whatever. All right, so LeBron has won a game one in the finals against my Mavs, but it's okay because we won that. To the end of the day, he has that on his record. I don't care.
That is true.
But for this next game, I honestly feel like Kevin Durant is going to ball out because he had a horrible game in game one. Like, let's be real, he had a horrible game in game one. I think he won no parts of LeBron James at one
Who?
point. Kevin Durant,
no.
he had 26 points, but I mean, it was some tough
It
shots.
was a very quiet 26.
It was, and that's just typical
What
him.
have I been saying?
What?
Right.
What have I been saying
What
about
you say?
KD?
What you say?
don't
He's
want
not
it.
made for that limelight. He's
don't
not
want
made
that
for that
smoke.
spot. He don't want that spotlight.
I mean,
He don't want the free
hold on.
smoke,
Y'all say he doesn't want that
smoke.
spotlight. Y'all don't. He wants smoke. Are we forgetting what he did in the last year?
The first time in his entire career he's ever had that dog
good
mentality.
I
He
give
has
you that.
never had that dog mentality. He is
Because
so
he's never had a
passive-aggressive.
team like this.
He's yes, and
He gets bailed out.
Yes.
I won't
He
lie.
gets
I was
bailed
He has a
expecting him.
security
He
blanket.
didn't do that shit when he was with Russ when he could have easily done that shit, taken the ball and
didn't.
just scored the ball. But he wouldn't. He would defer to Russ, and it's not always Russ's fault. As a player, if you have the ball in your hand, fuck him. I'm keeping this ball and I'm gonna score. If you're a superstar, you're like, I want the ball. I'm scoring.
I
I'm
will
winning.
say that should have been KD, but Russ needs to calm that down sometimes.
But it's not even. Russ wants to win.
Yeah,
And if
no,
he
yeah,
sees-
yeah.
If he knows KD
If he
better
knows
than us.
KD's gonna
he
defer,
knows-
he's
yes,
gonna capitalize. He's gonna take over.
So if
like
he
he's not
knows-
like he ain't gonna do anything,
Well,
man.
not
I'm
even-
gonna keep going.
Exactly. He's like,
Yeah.
well, why am I going to pass him the ball? His soft ass ain't going to shoot the ball. So
Right.
I might as well keep it myself and make it a high percentage shot. I'll take it to the lane,
Yeah.
hopefully get fouled and get an and one. You know
I
what I'm
just
saying?
felt like KD has it easy being a 6'10",
does.
Yeah.
tall guy shooting over guys. To me, when it comes to him, when he comes to the
It's easy
game,
because he has Steph, Clay, and Draymond on a team to where you can't draw that double team all the time anymore.
Because
like
you
a
gotta
normal
you
superstar.
gotta
Like,
respect.
What does LeBron do?
Right.
Gets double teamed.
yeah,
You gotta respect Clay, Draymond, and Steph. You have to. You
know,
can't double team KD.
KD, he's not for the limelight. But
He'll go to the cup, but he knows he's a shooter.
I get
so.
that. Yeah, he's not for the limelight, but it still
he's not a
doesn't.
Kobe. He ain't a Mike. He ain't a LeBron.
Yeah,
ain't none of them.
I was thinking about this other day. He would not go down as no type of GOAT in my eyes, to anybody's eyes, to me.
Even if he wins multiple.
But you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people are like, he's actually, I think he's like number 2 most popular player in the NBA, I think.
yeah,
or
but
something.
look at the market that he's in.
I
Look
get
at the
that,
tenure
yeah,
And,
yeah.
and he's also been in the league a long
But
time.
what I'm saying
too.
is he get a lot of looks. Like a lot of people do know, like it's Kevin
Yeah,
Durant.
a lot of people.
because he's got shoes.
But
on
I feel
and
like
all that. That's
I
all
feel
it
like
is.
the history of his career is not that.
It's not that great.
It's kind of great, but it's not.
You got all stars.
If it wasn't for last year, he wouldn't have a ring. So his
Right,
career wouldn't
true.
be that great. And he had to go to the team that won it the year before to fucking go.
that knocked them out of the playoffs, being up 3-1.
And that's who you go to?
Yeah.
That is.
But,
man,
I mean,
bro,
that's-
that's some hoe shit.
It is
That's
what
some
it
hoe
is.
shit.
At the end of the day, like the man's, he's gonna be a few people are gonna look at him as a GOAT, but I just don't see
a
that.
GOAT.
that
you gotta
Golden
understand.
State fans will consider him
Yes,
a GOAT, and that's
you
it.
got to understand what a GOAT truly is. I mean, there's not just one. There isn't in the sport of basketball. There's not. I mean, there's many players that have that killer mentality that win at the same time.
Yep.
KD is just gonna win. He's not. He doesn't have that.
He's not a.
You're on the ground. I'm gonna kick you. He's not. It's not KD.
That ain't him. He don't have it in him. You know,
I'm
I'm a mama's boy, but that boy a real mama's boy. He was on the teat till about 12 years old. He's soft.
Mama.
Yeah, I'm the baby.
Oh, yo. So, I mean, game one, it's like this game one will go down in history as, you know, it's going to go down as a
24 points out of the Cavs bench.
24 out of their bench.
24 out of their bench.
How much out of Golden State?
10, 14, 18.
More than theirs. Hell, McGee came in the
25.
game.
A point.
A point.
Point.
That's
When you
it.
look at their starters, they all scored in double digits.
Except for
Even
Looney.
Yeah, but
yeah.
we all know that.
29 Curry, 24 Thompson, 26 KD.
Can we
And
also
KD's not even a high scorer player on the team.
can we talk about how tough Klay Thompson is though too? This new guy
I
almost
didn't see what happened to him. I saw him walking
J.R.
back.
Smith was sliding to guard him because the ball was coming towards
They
Clay.
bang knees?
And no, J.R. Smith ended up slipping, and by the time he was slipping and falling, Klay Thompson's leg was like on top of him. Like he bent his leg somehow, like because Klay Thompson fell under his like J.R. Smith fell on Klay Thompson's leg while he was sliding and bent his knees and stuff like that. It was pretty bad when you saw it. Even J.R. Smith started tapping him because he was on the ground like, my bad, bro. It was an accident. Like it looked like kind of could have been a career-ending injury. But he went to the locker room, was there for like, I don't know, like 5 minutes, came right back out. The man finished with 24, 5 for 10, fucking 8 for 16. Like, that's ridiculous. And he had a bruised knees going into game 2, and he's probably going to go to work. Like, it was funny to me. All right, hey, real quick question then. Who's your finals MVP? Listen, of course, LeBron James, if the Cavaliers
been
win.
one game.
But I'm saying, like, at the end of the day.
Who are we predicting?
Yeah, predicting. Sorry if I didn't say that right.
Man,
can't give it to KD's
I feel like even if LeBron does and he keeps putting up stats,
They gotta give it to him.
they finally
Also,
got to give it to him.
some Messi World Cup, like, you know, you did everything. Here's the
Yeah, bro.
MVP.
If you had one other player, bro, you
Yeah,
would have swept the bucket. But goddamn,
But, hey,
for real, nobody.
So it only happened one time that somebody lost in the finals and has got MVP, and that was Jerry West. Can't remember what year I saw it on. They said, yeah, it was way back in the day. But he lost. Well, he was with the Lakers, and he got MVP.
The man is the NBA logo. Unless they're gonna change LeBron to the NBA logo, I don't know if he'll get that Finals MVP.
But like, I mean, my prediction, if I can pick somebody, if Clay keeps doing this, what he's doing, I think he can get MVP. But you know,
It's not a reach.
Because
It's
whoever's
not a
guarding LeBron ain't getting it.
nah.
Goddamn.
But
51 points.
listen, Iguodala's gonna come back at one point.
I don't.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? You think he's done? Rest of the series?
I don't think he comes back this series.
Damn, Sean Livingston had 10 points. What the hell?
Yeah, bro, they're getting production.
When did
out
he
of a lot
get
of
10
players.
points though? I just don't remember him getting 10 points. I
10
remember.
points. It's only 5 buckets, bro.
Yeah.
It's not
I know,
that
but
much.
I didn't
Out of
know.
100 shots, he made 5 of them. You don't really, as a team, you know what I mean? You
But
don't
yeah.
really notice 10 points.
LeBron should get it.
LeBron should get it.
1969, Jerry West.
1969.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not happening with LeBron James. He could average
Could.
50 points, I think, and I think he should have got it the first time Golden State won. This dude averaged a triple double. He was killing them,
Yeah.
yo.
They-
I
they-
was
it's
always
so
like, yo, they should.
cliche in the sense of NBA. They don't want to give it to the loser,
Right.
which I don't give. You still give the MVP to a loser that probably didn't fucking, you know.
James
Right.
James Harden,
Oh, I hope he don't.
Russell Westbrook. He's gonna get it.
Who?
James
I
Harden.
know. I'd rather. I think it should be damn near LeBron James and Davis than James Harden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have Chris Paul on your team.
Yeah.
And you see what happens when Chris Paul is removed from the situation.
They lose.
Yeah. You know, I was gonna say, man, they put up a semi
He's
fight.
Mr. Chokerton.
You think he choked? You really
James
feel like
Harden?
you think he choked in this?
Bro,
This
if you're a superstar, you do whatever. Look at LeBron. What did he do?
I mean, that's LeBron James. We're talking about
He's-
LeBron James. We're talking
then why
about
is he not the MVP?
then
why is he not the MVP?
I
If
did
he's
not
LeBron,
say.
he's
I
LeBron.
did
Just
not
give it to him.
say
Because
he's not
we can't
the
give it
MVP.
to him.
I
It's
did
not
not
our
say
vote.
that's. I did not say he's not MVP, but I'm just saying like I don't think James Harden choked. He choked last year. This year, I don't feel like he choked. I like
Why?
when you look at it. He
Bro, PJ Tucker was hooping for him that last game.
okay. I mean,
And
that's not,
James Harden missed like 16 threes.
Everybody was missing though.
But
You
you're
can't
James
put him-
Harden.
But
You're James
but he
Harden. You
put
are
it
the
up.
MVP of the league.
I can't
supposedly.
listen. I think he did better than he did last year. Last year, complete choke. This dude had 11 points to get eliminated. How you coming in the game scoring 11 points or so? This game, he had like 30 or so. I think he put up he tried to put up a
Yeah,
fight. He
and
put
look
up
at
the best
the
he
amount
could.
of shots he had to put
But,
up
like,
to score that.
I can't like.
They're wasted shots in that point because he's throwing up so
There's
much.
wasted shot,
you
but-
know how many air balls I seen him throw up?
I saw
I've
at
seen
least
a
2
ton
areas.
of- like, bro, you
But he's throwing it up
because he's doing some goofy shit. He's trying to do the step back at the 3-point
That
line already.
work-
It's like, bro,
that worked for him throughout the career. You can't switch
you have
yourself
Chris
up.
Paul that you can't draw a double team on James Harden because you got another. You have a shooter in PJ Tucker. You have a shooter in Chris Paul.
Like
Bro,
I listen. It was it had to take a lot out of him. I do agree that he could have done a little bit
lot
more.
out of him.
He could have done a lot more, but I don't feel like he choked. That's what I'm saying. I don't think he like felt like fuck the team. You know, we done. You know, I don't think that's how he did it. I think he at least gave it some effort.
You guys shoot better than that.
Of course. But like when you said you brought LeBron James, look at LeBron. That's LeBron James. Westbrook. I mean, look how the way them dudes folded. You know what I'm saying? He didn't go wild or anything like that. And honestly, he should be first NBA team, and he's not.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying?
He should definitely be at first team over Dame.
So it just like
Yeah.
I just like I said, I think James Harden he choked last year like a month. I don't know who the hell that was. That must have been
He
somebody
must
doing
have
the
just
math.
choked on some ice and then it finally melted and went down his throat. It went down his throat once the game was over. He's like, "Damn,
got
bro,
cold."
I kind of choked a little bit, but I didn't really choke because I'm still alive."
Man, like I said, at the end of the day, nobody could do what LeBron James do. Is like what 6'8", freaking 200 and like
70
pounds and
No, I
know
think
whatever.
He's only 260.
I think he's like honestly like 270,
He's a fucking
270.
freak,
Either
man.
way,
No,
yeah,
he's in good shape, man. I think he's only
he's a
260.
gorilla mixed with a cheetah. And that don't make no sense because that dude would just run right past you and just.
He's like,
you
hey, you saw that one where they had Thanos, but it was LeBron's face?
That's what we say. They would shake off for the head.
yeah, that's what he is.
Man.
He's a demigod.
Yo, can we also a little side note with this J.R. Smith thing? Just take on the meme that's gonna be all, like.
Yeah, I mean,
It's probably gonna be here for like the rest of the year with LeBron James hand pointing out like, bruh. I saw this one. He said, LeBron, what are you doing? He said, I'm looking for Kyrie. He said, yo, Kyrie's in Boston. He said, but I thought I saw him.
Or he said, swear. He's
Oh
like,
yeah, I
"Oh,
swear.
God," or
I got you.
something like that.
On God.
Yeah.
Like damn, Jr. Yo, like that would have been funny if that was some true statement. Yo, him thinking that.
Oh,
Yo,
I thought Kyrie was out there.
like nah, man, that dude was
It's
that dude at
funny.
home, bruh. But yeah, game 2 tonight. Who y'all picking at least to win? I mean,
Golden State's gonna come out firing on all cylinders. I feel like.
they got bullets in the chamber. They
Yeah.
letting them loose.
Yeah.
Range.
But
the
I
gun
mean,
range.
you see, if the Cavs can keep up a
LeBron
little
scoring
bit.
60.
Yo, I straight up, I don't want LeBron getting nowhere near 60 because Michael Jordan still holds that record for most points in the finals. I mean, in the playoffs.
Would you be mad if he did it, though? Or would you give it to the man?
No,
be impressive.
it'd be impressive. He had to win.
Us-
I'm sorry.
I mean, but that's also, like we said, you can't blame him for the team not winning if he's scoring 60 points.
I had
on good percentage shots.
yeah. He,
Not shooting 30%.
No,
or nothing like that.
At
I'm
one
talking about
point,
shooting
he
like
he
50%.
he caught fire. I think it was like in the first half, like end of the second quarter or so.
His jumper, I like
did-
his jumper. I love his
can't
jumper,
stand-
bro.
I think I don't know when or when it happened, but at one point this dude changed his form because the way he takes his 3-pointers, like if he knows he's about to shoot it, he squares up. Like before, he should just go right up with it, but now he look like he got focus on how
he
he
don't
got
want
to
to
shoot
take
it.
that three.
Nah,
He's
he don't.
seeing if anybody's gonna move without the ball, and they're all
Well, you know
looking
what?
in the stands and shit. JR's looking for bitches in the
I,
crowd. And shit.
yeah.
Yeah, come on. The game's gonna get over right before it starts.
He said, "Oh, fuck some shit up, yo." Oh, yo, that's funny. Oh, what you call it, man? He said, "I'm gonna fuck some shit up." You know,
He ain't like
yes. You know, what I was thinking though, LeBron James, yo, I don't like him, but I will give him respect because of the fact that this dude's been in the league for so long where I think he feels like he saw it all,
Bro,
and he's done it
just
all.
get rid of the hate like I did, bro.
I'm not. I let go for Kobe. Like I'm
let go for all of them, bro.
I'm like 15% away from it.
Let go of the
Look,
hatred for Mike.
Look, my
so,
boss.
Think about Pacers fans. They
Right.
probably have forgiven
Yeah.
you guys. They might have forgiven you guys.
They might-
but y'all
they might
did
let us
them
back in.
dirty for a long time. Real dirty.
My old boss from Aurelio's, he don't watch basketball. He's not really into it.
Right.
You know, he'll ask me what's going on in the basketball world.
Shout out
to fill him
Aurelio's
in.
too.
He, when Mike was playing, he said I had to watch it. He said that he never would see anything like it.
Right. It's must see basketball.
It
LeBron
is, and I
James
mean,
must-see
LeBron is
basketball.
right there with him. Yeah, LeBron's not winning as much as Mike did, but this is must see. If you don't witness this, you're missing out.
I wouldn't be mad at LeBron James. I'm not really mad at him or anything like
Any
that.
Why don't you like him?
Any record that LeBron breaks of Mike's, you can't be mad.
Yeah.
Two great players.
Records fall. At least he's not falling to, just
His records, some of his records can't fall to some goofy shit.
Right.
Exactly.
I think the reason.
Those ones you have to respect the players that actually
Right.
get to
I think the
that.
reason why I kind of have a problem with him, not really a big problem, but just a problem with him, is honestly his fans. Some of the people that boast him up.
You can't be mad at
I'm-
him for
it's
that.
not-
No,
it's
you got to understand, we're the same way about Michael Jordan.
Listen,
yes.
yes, and
You're the
that's why I
same
try to
exact
think
way about
sometimes.
Michael Jordan.
But it's
Try
also
talking
like,
against Michael Jordan against these guys.
but it's like I give props to Kobe now, thinking about his career and everything
Give
on
him
what
props
he
now
did.
while he's still playing, so you can appreciate
Look, I
the
am.
greatness.
I have recently
only
been saying
thing that
stuff
I've
like
ever-
this dude's out of his mind. This guy's hooping
Right.
right now. I've been giving his prop, but what I was trying to say was, it's crazy watching what he's doing right now because, like I said, it seems like he's seen it all. He's kind of done it all. Where he's not worried about what shot he's taking because he knows what he's doing now, like completely. Like he's 100%.
He's mature.
He's mature, but
basketball
I
player.
like
the game
this-
has officially slowed down for him.
He is numb to these games.
Right.
Like
Well, you've been there how many times?
How many times? That's what I'm
It's
saying.
just another basketball game to him.
But at the
Right.
end of the day, I want
the
to know.
stage
He's probably more nervous at the very first game of the year versus right now. 'Cause
Yeah.
He's like, man, I ain't been on the court in a while.
And you know,
Right.
and then it goes back to this. This dude, this is the first year he played 80. It's like 81,
whole season.
The
Think
whole
about
season.
this. How long has he been in the playoffs? Think about how many games extra he's been playing all these 15 years.
Yeah. Like
Think about the amount of
At
games.
the end, did they make the playoffs right away? Right when
no.
he came to
I think
Cleveland?
he made it his third year. I think
the
it's
third year,
I think he
the
made it
first
to
year that he went, I think he went to the finals.
Jesse got us.
12,
But yeah, I know what you're
13
saying.
years, 12, 13 years of playing in the playoffs. Any player that has to do that is going to be tired.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But LeBron he's never played a full 82.
no, but
I mean,
you
players that were playing in the 80s, 90s,
it's different. It's different. It's a lot different. I understand that. But look at the players versus LeBron James. Not
Right.
every player is going to the playoffs like LeBron James is.
Right.
And he's going. How many finals has he been to? It's not like he's been in the first round knocked out.
He's been to
no,
the
he's
final-
been playing games.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? More than like almost probably 20 more
He's
than
probably
a lot of
got-
players.
he's gonna-
More than that, I mean, it takes 16 just to win the NBA championship. That's if you sweep.
Yeah.
So I mean,
That, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like even
His-
with him taking some games
you're
off,
looking
I'm
at
talking this whole
28.
season.
Yeah,
His career at the end of this, like
he's
He's gonna
on
be number
average,
one.
he'd probably take 10 to 12 games off
And
a year.
I take it
I
because
think-
him playing in the
'cause
playoffs
that's
like
10
that,
to-
if
right.
he didn't go to the playoffs, I'm
Right.
like, bro, what are you sitting for? You better win these games.
yo,
Right.
what you call it? You know, he's probably gonna go down with the most minutes in the league all time. Like
Yeah, because
I-
I mean,
it's
he's
gotta
been
be-
in the
he's gotta be.
playoffs so much more.
he's got to been putting
And the
up.
man's a gifted fucking freak.
Well,
He physically he can play every single minute.
somebody, I think I said this.
and that's
in
outrageous to be his age and play every
I might-
single minute.
I might have said this in the last time I was on here. He literally he puts in $1 million
In his
into
body,
his
yeah.
body, and that's why you see
Chiropractic, all
a
that
lot
shit.
of
We
players
talked
are
about
doing that now. A lot of players, and that's what makes these players better, bigger, faster, stronger. I mean,
Play longer.
Play longer.
There's a reason Vince Carter was still playing. I
Right.
guarantee you he was doing a lot of the same things that
Mm-hmm.
LeBron James does. It's just LeBron James was open about it, you know.
It's magnified because it's LeBron
Yeah,
James.
it's
well,
LeBron James.
hey,
Like when Mike was taking the extra time to work out, people were like, "Oh my God, he's putting in so much work in the offseason."
Yeah.
Or Walter Payton. I mean, those
Yeah.
guys, all they did off season was
was
work
work.
out.
That's what they do
And
now.
now it's a standard. It's
Yeah.
if you don't, you are behind
If
the
you-
curve. You're not going to
it's
make
like,
it.
It's
What's
like
the other guy doing?
it's like where all that shit with Hoodie Mello came from. Hoodie Mello when he
Oh,
was
man.
playing at Lifetime and shit, and they
Right.
were hooping all summer long.
Right.
that's what
You know
all
what
them
I'm saying?
dudes are
That's-
doing.
they-
That's all they do. At the end of the day,
Every
they're trying
sport
to get
there
better.
is, the off season for them is working out. I mean, probably
better.
Baseball might be a little
different.
calmer,
Yeah.
in the sense because they don't really lift a lot of weights.
Right.
You know, they don't. Do
They
a lot
need
of that shit.
endurance. They don't need
Yeah.
big bursts of strength.
Or they work on their hitting,
Right,
or just
right,
fielding. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So it's not necessarily
Baseball
as
players,
much.
they just gotta maintain.
Yeah.
Football players, basketball players, they
gotta-
gotta be bigger, faster, stronger than the next man because that next man is probably trying to work just as hard because you don't know if he's gonna get re-signed or
Right.
the D-League players are hitting the extra laps because they want to make it to the NBA and you
Your
can't.
roster's
You
bigger.
cannot take a day off at
Well,
the end of the day.
No.
real quick, would y'all rock LeBron James's outfit that he wore in Game 1 with
Bro,
the
he
suit
looked
and the
ridiculous
suit
with the shorts.
shorts?
I didn't
You didn't
see
catch
it.
it?
He said there was a me or not. A
I thought you were
meme,
gonna
but
say that LeBron James. I said I have a pair of those. Comfortable as hell.
Oh, I'ma show
LeBron's
you
outfit
quick.
was like $46,000, and
Like-
like the bag alone was 41, and it's
Bag.
like
He had a bag.
Yeah,
Yeah,
alligator bag.
He had a female bag. I ain't even gonna like the man
Yeah,
got
I
up
don't
like a
like
female.
that.
I'm sorry, bro.
like that.
He got up
I'm
like a
vegan.
female. He grabbed the
Vegan.
bag and had two hands on it and like carried like the way he did it in motion. It was like, bro.
he looked like a diva.
He looked like a diva.
Hey, he had a pistol in there, and he said, "If y'all motherfuckers don't play tonight, I'm shooting every single one of y'all."
Pulled the Gilbert Arenas,
Yeah,
bringing guns to his locker room.
the Washington Bullets. Kids, y'all don't know what that is. It's the old school team.
Yeah, LeBron's been in the playoffs every year since 05. So yeah, 13 years straight of being in the playoffs.
That's a lot of playing time. Because there ain't nobody else in the league right now that has been to the playoffs that many times in a row.
Yeah, here's-
Not in a row.
here's his
No,
outfit right
absolutely.
here.
Bruh.
Yeah, he's in them
He had
shorts.
shorts on.
His short, yo.
What you doing?
What you-
With two different socks on, too.
Is it really two different socks?
Bro, look at it. That's two different socks.
Oh yeah, for sure it is. Yo, the bag was the most that was on that outfit. I think the bag. How much is the bag?
41,000.
Like
bag.
alligator or something
Hey,
like that.
bro, that's
Like,
an
it's-
alligator that he could have kept alive.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, at least the alligator know he's worth it.
That
You know,
that makes me want to not like LeBron James again.
like,
I'm
and then
that,
you know, I said
what
the same thing. I'm like, damn, bro, you gonna
You ain't
spend
have
that for the, you
You
know,
could just what'd you have in that bag that was so goddamn you couldn't carry it in a book bag, goddamn.
like you said, a
Right.
gun to shoot his
Bro,
players.
bro, I don't know.
Hey, the guy is.
They
he-
start living that lifestyle, bro. That's what they want.
He's a nigga.
You gotta think about how much money he's got.
and how
Where'd
much
he
he
come
got
from?
spent. Ain't gonna,
Where'd he come from?
You-
He got some money?
Yeah, I'm gonna spend it.
Yes.
Can't take it with me when I die.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah,
I
I
mean, that's
mean-
how you should be in general. But
Right.
them motherfuckers, why you think them boys go one and done in college basketball?
get paid.
Because they need to get paid because their family's broke, and they need to catch that
Trying to
bag.
put 'em
you
in-
know what
trying
I'm
to
saying?
put 'em
So
in
they
better
get that
place.
money, and that's why you see all these players. I'm broke as fuck now. I ain't got no money because they
Because they're
throwing that shit
spending it.
around like it's I got all this money now. Fuck it.
Think it's
Yeah, you
infinite.
got to think about when you are still alive at 60 years old, bro. You got to have some money.
Some players do it. Some players do it right. Some players don't. You know, It's
Yeah,
how
I
you
got a
invest
fat
in it.
check coming.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
AI
AI
straight.
got a fat
People are like,
check
AI broke. Like, y'all don't know what he's got
he-
coming.
He's broke right now. I
And
mean,
he ain't even broke.
He
He ain't
broke
even
to what he was used to make.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. Some of those kids that's like financially, their parents good, like Karl Anthony Towns, those guys,
Jack-
Ben
or
Simmons, and all
Ben
them.
Simmons.
They like their family are good, but those kids are smart with their money because they know what they,
They
gotta
have
do
to
with
be.
it. They have to be, but it seems like
They're
they
not
know.
Antoine Walkers and have 13 baby mamas.
The Dwight Howard type dudes,
See,
yo.
like,
like,
unless you got like Tiger Woods money or
Floyd
LeBron
Mayweather.
James money, Floyd Mayweather, Michael Jordan money. I mean, you really have to watch what you spend.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason Michael has so much money is because
Them shoes.
Jordan.
shoes.
That's it. That wasn't even his salary. That
Right.
was what was big.
Right. It was the shoes.
Yeah.
It's got to be the shoes.
smart man.
That's all it is. Motherfucker spending $400 for a pair of shoes. Think about how many millions are buying those shoes and they're making them for dirt cheap. You got a little Malaysian boy making them
Straight up.
7 years old. Him and his twin
In the
sister
hot box.
fucking just sewing this shit together.
And I mean, thank
Rowdy.
you. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Sometimes, thank you. I think we're gonna. Should we go to break?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go on break right now. Stay with us. This is Smack Talk. We're coming back. Yo, this is Smack Talk coming back. We got Jesse here with us today. AK took, a leave, so we're here to talk Stanley Cup.
Play basketball.
He got to go play basketball with the Cavaliers, go help LeBron James. But we got Jesse here. He's pretty knowing of the NHL. I'm kind of kind of Joe's.
Yeah, I mean, we don't. I mean, we've said it before. I mean,
Yeah.
once the Blackhawks kind of
Faded
tapered
out.
off, we all kind of
But
stopped
it-
watching
but-
hockey.
That's all Chicago.
But it is
Yeah.
the Stanley Cup.
But the difference is, I can admit it. Everybody else is gonna say, "Oh, I've been watching the Blackhawks." Yeah, they used to not be on TV. What are
Right,
you talking about?
right.
You didn't used to watch them.
But the Stanley Cup is going on. The NBA Finals is not the only thing that's, well, I mean, it's probably the biggest thing, but Stanley Cup is also as important to sports as it is to anybody else out there watching it. And this, to me, is very kind of historic because Vegas, Knights, first time being a team coming out, going all the way to the Stanley Cup. To me, that's wild. How you say his name again? I always forget. Ovechkin.
Ovi. Just say Ovi.
Ovi. Say Ovi. I never. That's news. to me.
Alex Ovechkin.
I never knew that was like kind of a nickname for him. So Ovi being his first time being in the finals, but I just
Not
very
only
intrigued by
that,
this.
but like kind of a backstory. If you guys didn't catch the episode last week, Ovi's never made it past the second round.
Is it really? I
And
thought it
the
was
first time
round.
that he did, he made it over the hump of the conference finals and got to the Stanley Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not magnified because it's hockey, but if you are into sports and understand the grind and the hustle and how long it takes for some players to finally reach the promised land, it's a huge step. And
Mm-hmm.
he's still got to win the series, but for him to make the finals is kind of like a sigh, and then he's got to breathe that breath back in. And
Well, when he got here, I was in my head like, man, for him to actually get here, he's got to be thinking, I gotta win though. I gotta win. This can't be me. Yeah, if I don't make it here again, I don't want it to be in my career. Yeah, he got to the finals one time. Don't. In my head, I don't think he wanted to be that guy. So, I just want to know, what did you take from the last game, Game 3? Like, what you?
No, I was gonna say before I get into that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ovi, with what he's done it with the team that was predicted to lose in the first round. I mean, they lost 2 straight games to Columbus in OT, and everybody thought, well, they won't.
Here
make
it goes again.
Yeah, they won't make it to the second round. They'll just lose in the first. But Ovi's been a different person. He's been the leader that the teams needed for the past 10 years. Every time they've made it to the playoffs. And so he's lead that team past Columbus, and then once they face that wall in Pittsburgh, which they've lost for the past how many years, they were able to get past it and not go to the 7 games that they always dread, and they always lose in the 7 games. And they made it to the OT in 6. And then with Tampa was the favorite to win the Cup, and they took them out in Game 7 after dropping 3 straight games to them.
Who you said that it's Ovi, being that leader, but who's the player that's on his team that's
Who's his sidekick?
yeah, like who's the one that's like really also his backbone right now?
Evgeny Kuznetsov has really kicked it up for the past few years. He's been a relatively unknown player in the NHL. I know probably you guys have never heard of him, but he's a fellow Russian, and he's the leader in points for the playoffs right now, and he's definitely in contention for the Finals MVP. And he's the player that when Ovi is doing the passing and when he's helping out,
He's doing the shooting.
yeah, Kuznetsov is making those goals.
That's
He's
how you
leading in
shoot.
the points.
From
And
now on.
those two are the superstars. You can see it in Game 3. They were the people that scored the 2 big goals to put them over the hump in Game 3.
How big is it that Washington is leading the series right now?
It's massive.
Are you a believer yet? Because I know last episode, it's been 3 games since the last episode. They rattled off 3 games last week. You had the Golden Knights. I mean, it sounded like, you were a little sketchy about it, but you were very confident in the Golden Knights and the goalies and everything like that. And does it still stay the same? Are you ready to switch, or are you kind of just playing it out because you are a hockey fan and you want to watch it and you want it to be a good
Yeah, it's
series?
definitely great hockey. But yeah, for either of these teams, I've predicted for them to lose in each of their respected rounds. I never thought the Washington Capitals would get out of the first round.
Right.
Neither with
And
Vegas.
now we're here.
Yeah,
So
and now we're here.
Who do you
So
pick? Right, I hear you.
And the Washington this year has been a consistently bad home team. They're 5-5, which is not great. In Vegas being 8-3 at home,
And that's for the playoffs.
and that's for the playoffs.
Yeah,
yes.
were they? I'm sorry to interrupt, but were they undefeated at regular season at home, or what was their record at home? I just felt like for some
they
reason.
were very good at home. If I can probably
Wasn't
pick that
Vegas
up later,
very good
but
at home and away?
Oh,
They
yeah.
were
Yeah,
one of
they're
the-
all
They
around.
were
this
at
year.
top of division.
They were one of the
very
more
close.
consistent
Yeah,
teams
I
all
think
year.
they were top 5 in the.
Because
in-
I
in
remember at the
standings
beginning of the
overall.
hockey season, me and you were talking about it, and you were like, "Oh yeah, they might just be,
Well, yeah,
riding
people are
the fumes,"
expecting them.
and
Yeah,
then
they're probably going to finish
Fold.
like
45,
and everything.
50 games, and you're like, "Holy
Yeah.
shit,
Well,
they
yeah.
might go to the playoffs."
Well, yeah, because 13 games in, they're top of the league.
Right.
They won 7 straight,
Right.
and everybody's like, "Oh, this is a fluke."
Right.
They're just good at home. They're facing
Beginner's
some bad
luck,
teams.
first team,
And
first
then-
year, first.
And then when Fleury gets injured, that's their core of their team is Marc-Andre Fleury holding them together.
so that was
when they
their
fought.
adversity point
yeah,
then.
Yeah. Fleury gets knocked out for about 3 months, and then you have their backup who also gets injured, and so you got your third string goaltender, which has been playing in the minors.
So to have Fleury
comes in-
back and playing the way he's playing right now
yeah,
is phenomenal.
No doubt. And he was definitely my finals MVP, win or lose with the Vegas Golden Knights. But when you're facing Alex Ovechkin in his playoff form with Evgeny Kuznetsov and the scoring depth that they have not seen in the playoffs right now, I don't think that even with Marc-Andre Fleury, their defense is not strong enough to get past them when they're firing on all cylinders.
Does Washington take advantage now that they're up?
If the games stay high scoring like this, I mean, games 1 and 2, there were 10 goals, which might not seem like a lot, but that's been the highest since the 80s when you've seen Gretzky and all of them scoring a lot. And so game 3 slowed down a bit. I mean, it was still a 3-1 win, but if you have these high scoring games that the Capitals are not being stopped on the power play, and if they keep scoring at the rate, I don't see the defense of the Golden Knights holding up. So what you're gonna have to do if they're not getting shots on, then Vegas could come back when they're at home in Game 5 and Game 7.
So are you
maybe.
saying are we split after 4 games? Are we 2-2 after 4 games?
I would say so. I would
Yeah.
say that Vegas is gonna get their stuff back together,
Yeah.
tie it 2-2, and then if they can pull it off at home, I can't see the Capitals winning 3 out of 4.
So you're saying this series, Game 5, is going to be the most pivotal game.
Game 4 and
depending on
5, yeah,
4 and 5.
yeah,
So whoever goes up 3-2.
I would say is the winner.
What? I mean, I know last week we kind of talked about like the state of hockey and like where the league's at and everything. And I mean, is this series gonna? Do you think it would attract more fans or kind of push away more fans because it's not the Sidney Crosbys or the Patrick Kanes or the, what's his name from LA, the goalie,
Goalie, quick.
Jonathan Quick.
Jonathan Quick. It's not these big name players that are playing in it. I mean,
Would you say Ovi is like the only one right now? In
Yeah,
Stanley
I would
Cup
say
that's-
Ovi is. If you ask,
well, I mean, yeah, that was obvious.
Yeah,
I mean,
If you
yeah,
ask
yeah.
an average hockey
Right.
fan, they're going to know Sidney Crosby, Alex Ovechkin,
Right.
Patrick Kane. But, I would say that the parity of the sport, where you're not going to see the top 2 teams always fighting it out. The number 1 seeds were both expected to go to the finals and be another rematch, but you have Vegas and you have Washington, where nobody saw them coming at all.
Who won last year? Was it the Kings?
It was the Penguins. They won 2 in a row.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So, with that and Canada, surprisingly, has really taken up the Golden Knights because the Golden Knights have the most Canadians on the team. They have 16.
I didn't know
So
that.
even with them taking out Winnipeg, and that was a real
still got
big
respect
hit.
by
Yeah,
the
they still have a lot of viewership in Canada. You can see that Vegas has really taken. The city has taken them under their wing, and they have fully committed to the Golden Knights. And with the Raiders coming in soon,
Right.
you can see that they're going to definitely build into a
Start having
big
some money.
sports city.
Do you see Washington getting back to the finals ever?
Recent,
With Ovi, I don't want to say ever. With this team, with Ovechkin, with
yeah, of course. Like I said, you don't need a super team to go to the finals. You just need to be hot when you can, and you can get past. Honestly, I thought that Tampa would probably beat them in 5-6 games.
Yeah, I
but
actually had Tampa winning. Like
Yeah,
Washington,
'cause-
I was like Tampa's.
yeah, because you have the
loaded.
All Stars in Steven Stamkos, Nikita Kucherov, that just didn't show up when Ovi's been consistently playing this entire postseason. So
What you call it? Vegas. Would you say if they don't win the Stanley Cup, would you say that
It's still and
it's going to be
It's still a
it's going to be
successful
okay.
season.
Well, yeah,
Them
but,
making the playoffs was almost
yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, we're on the right foot. We're going.
like I feel like I don't want to think this for them because it seemed like their goals were not to go to the Stanley Cup. I don't think.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So every team it always comes in thinking, this is what our plan is. They don't like to tell the players probably,
Right.
but they'll say, hey, we know we're not going. We don't have the
well,
players.
even the
and
owner
everything.
has publicly admitted saying
Okay.
that we have not planned to make the playoffs for another 5 years.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, so even if they don't win, do you think they're gonna have the same? Because it might be because these guys are like, this is our first year as a team. We're going in hard. Boom, boom, boom. We had the Stanley Cup. We lose. Do you think they still get that fire next year? Or
Yeah, I would say that for the next 5 years, Vegas has played really smart with the expansion draft, and they've gotten a lot of draft picks and a lot of young prospects that they're only going to be better for the next 5 years, and they're going to consistently keep better and better, keep getting better and better. And if their team right now can make the Cup Finals in their first year, I can only imagine what it's going to be like
And
in 5 to 6 years, and they might be a early potential dynasty in the making, just within their first few years.
and they got a taste of Stanley Cup, so some of them they
Yeah.
know where to be
Yeah,
at. They've
Yeah,
been
so
there
even
now.
if you
so.
lose, you got to win. You got to lose before you can win.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Uh,
if I can't see them just falling back into mediocrity after this. Same with Washington. I know that last year I had them because they were the favorites to win the cup because they had a stacked team, and after they lost in the second round with Pittsburgh, they had to dump a lot of cap and save the team, and nobody really saw them even making the playoffs this year. But
Right. What is your prediction for Game 4?
Game 4, I see that Fleury hasn't been as exciting as he has been for the rest of the playoffs, but I see him kicking that out and hopefully getting into his groove back and coming back strong. So I see Vegas probably winning in Game 4.
To tie it up.
Yeah, to tie it up, and then they're going to go back to Vegas, where Vegas is very strong.
So now,
They're very
what
comfortable.
if Washington wins this? They're up 3-1 going into Vegas.
I see Washington is a very
Do you think they could close it out
yeah.
in 5? Do you think
Not-
if Washington wins win Game 4, they can win Game 5 and close it out?
With their high scoring nature, yeah, I could see that. Washington's a great away team, and Vegas is a great home team. So I could see this series being
Good
decided
matchup.
in Vegas, where if Washington has that number on Vegas, they can win at home. Where if Vegas, they're going to need to win an away game to win the series, which I'm sure that they can with Washington being not great at home.
Right. Well, so Game 4 going to be exciting then?
Definitely, yeah. I would definitely tune in for anybody that's just a general fan of the games. I know everybody's biggest complaint is that hockey, there's not enough scoring, but with this cup final,
yeah.
it's been a lot of
Well,
scoring.
That should make the
more
the average
than
fan
fun.
they see that.
yeah,
they're
because
like,
people
oh,
want
no.
to see fights, they want to see scoring.
But
And
if
that's
you-
sad that
if-
sometimes,
I mean, I understand the concept of hockey, how to play it, how to score. So when you see the 2-on-1 and the puck going back and forth to the two guys, and then the net finally opens up and he slaps right in there, I mean that's satisfactory. I
Yeah.
mean
But-
that's what the build-up
Yeah.
is for. Just like soccer. I mean, you see the close offsides call, and then the player runs, about to scores. It's like finally.
Is it I've watched hockey once. I'm not gonna lie. Like once the Blackhawks won that first one with Taves and Kane, I got into hockey even more. Not just because of Blackhawks, but I just started watching it a lot more and the details and everything. And I'm sorry that game 1 of this Stanley Cup was like crazy. I was flipping back and forth from the NBA Finals, but I was literally on the Stanley Cup more because they were going back and forth. It was
yeah.
like close. I'll never forget. It was like a minute left. Golden State, the Golden Knights were up. It became 5-4, and the Capitals was coming down. And within I think it was like a minute, the clock hit a minute, and Washington had a chance to score, and Buddy just missed the puck by like 2 inches and all stuff. And I'm on my couch whatever they say about hockey, man, it is an exciting game when to me, again, this is kind of to me history. This is something to me that should go down in Stanley Cup or NHL history. With the 2 teams, one being an expansion team, the other guy on the other side, Capital. Joe says before, Washington sport.
The whole city.
The whole city. you don't see these guys ever going far into the playoffs or even get into the playoffs. I mean, they always, seem to get to the playoffs, but they don't get this far. If the Capitals can win this, it's going to make Washington, the city,
Yeah.
it's going to, I think it's going to be a big parade, in my opinion.
Yeah, I was telling Joe last week that no Washington-based team has made it past their respective second round since the Capitals in '98, and they made it to the final that year, but they ended up getting swept. But I was saying with the Golden Knights, they're not the first expansion team to do it. Technically, the St. Louis
Yeah.
Blues in '68, but
Did they win? Did they win the Stanley
no, they
Cup?
got swept
See,
in the
okay.
finals.
I've been
but,
trying to find that
But
out.
when you say that, they were in a conference entirely made out of expansion teams, so it was either going to be them or someone else that was going to make the finals. But this, with going up against established teams, you would never see this, and I don't think in any other sport.
All right. Well, I actually like that. I really appreciate you coming in, Jesse, because it's real cool. You got stat guy, so you always going to be here.
Yeah, special shout out. I mean, he's been killing it. He's been
yeah.
providing us with a lot of useful information to help us make it sound like we know what we're talking about.
And we got, we working the clocks, but I appreciate you coming and talking to us about NHL because I think this is a very intriguing thing. I don't think people should take
Don't
NHL.
take it lightly.
They don't take it lightly, I understand the NBA is going on. It's the biggest thing right now, but this thing right now is going on. NHL needs to be, also looked at pretty heavy too. But, appreciate y'all listening. Joe, appreciate you coming in.
No problem.
AK's not here to say nothing, but I'm pretty
He's gotta
sure
play
he's got to go play
basketball.
basketball. He's got to go help the Cavaliers beat the Golden State Warriors.
He's got to go get rebounds and set picks.
That's all he's good for. But, he'll do his thing, man. But shout out to everybody listening and everything. Cerebral will be back probably next weekend. But
Shout out to everybody behind the scenes. We appreciate y'all.
yeah, Lamar, LC, and all. Thank you again for listening. Please keep listening. This is Smack Talk. Smack.